I spent $1 million on coaching and got nothing. This is the shocking truth about implementation. You know, while top business coaches pocket their millions, their clients are struggling to implement a single system that drives revenue. So for me, after investing $500,000 in programs from Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins, and Russell Brunson, I discovered the truth. Advice without implementation is just expensive entertainment. And they are entertaining. I love them. These coaches will tell you, promote, but they won't actually set up your CRM or build your sales pipeline for you. So meanwhile, your competition is quietly implementing while you're distracted by collecting more frameworks. Have you ever gotten stuck like that? Today, I'm revealing the 3 implementation shifts that separate thriving businesses from the struggling ones, and why practitioners who execute deliver more value than coaches who just talk. I call it the implementation gap. Let me give you a personal story. I was just in this situation last year. So last year I signed up for coaching from a famous coach, and I love him. He's great. I learned a lot from him, but I got stuck watching these thousands of hours of video and just doing more and more training, and it was distracting me from implementing. And you should really learn a little, implement a little. And so even I upgraded my program with my coach because they said they would do it for me. Well, they really don't. They still don't do it for you. They might make a customized deliverable for you, but they still won't stand up your system for you. Hey, I'm not the only one. I'll give you an example of someone else who fell for this. I talked to a client just this week. He told me, hey, I hired 3 agencies so I can compare which one does the best marketing. And I'm like, well, is your CRM set up and all your tracking and analytics? No system set up. So I'm like, how are you going to compare which marketing program or marketing agency does better? You need to have the systems in place to compare one to the other and see the results. So here's what I think is going on. There's a psychology behind why we keep seeking advice instead of executing. I kind of call it procrastination. I feel, or analysis paralysis, or maybe you didn't like the answers the coach gave you, and you're just hesitant to drive in there and start promoting, or it's really expensive to buy ads, it's a little scary. And so I think we're a little bit afraid, and or we just don't like their advice, so we keep looking for more advice perhaps. I don't know, but I think there's a reason why people are afraid to execute. But the consequences are fatal. Listen to these statistics. 50% of businesses fail within 5 years despite having a good strategy and having a good product and service. The other 45%, they're just not even growing. They're barely surviving, which means they're really dying. It's only that top 3 to 5% that's actually growing exponentially. And their secret is they're good at implementing and learning by trial and error and learning by doing. So I'll call it the coaching industry's fatal flaw. But it's really not a flaw, it's by design. Coaches are actually incentivized to teach and not implement, right? Have you ever heard the old adage, if you can't do it, teach it? And so they're trying to sell their knowledge and sell it one to many, it's called. And so they think if I can codify my knowledge in a course, I can sell that course 1,000 times, right? And so they don't have time to do 1,000 implementations. And so they codify it into a framework, and then I call that the framework factory problem. They're really just selling templates, PowerPoint slides, ebooks, Word docs. It's not a solution in a business. It's literally just more knowledge, or we call it the framework factory. And you start chasing this framework and that framework, Grant Cardone's framework, Russell Brunson's framework. Before you know it, you got all these frameworks and you're confused. Let me just give you a quick example of what I mean. One of my mentors, and I love him, I buy a lot of stuff from him. He's great. Grant Cardone, he sells sales advice and sales training, and he's an